So welcome, Goons. This is like we talked about in our last episode, large succulent dolphins. We are going to do a Valentine's Day special, and when this is released, it should be the old lovey-dovey holiday. So we hope you're out there getting some mad lovin's and some mad chocolates. Just like the good stuff, or at least get a hug from someone you care about. That's what we're looking for.
But only if they're in your bubble.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't go, don't be crossing other people's bubbles.
Social distance hugging.
Social
Happy
distance
Valentine's
hugging.
Day.
It's like, how in middle school dances in a public school, you got that was genuine social distance hugging while you sway back and forth. That's what we're going for.
Except don't touch them.
Actually, don't touch them. Actually, you know what we want? You to stay far away from everyone possible and mentally think about hugging them with their mental consent. That's what we would prefer.
Yeah, just stay home, actually. Would be the best.
Yeah, you know what? It's canceled. So that's an episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Isn't that a funny bit? That's a funny bit we do. It's one
we're always doing stuff like that.
We're always doing stuff like that. So this is your first episode for whatever reason. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Craig, tell them what we're doing today.
So today, in honor of Valentine's Day, we're going to be reading from the relationship advice subreddit. We're just going to read a couple different scenarios, and we're going to talk about them and try and give the advice that they're seeking. And ideally, they will listen to the podcast and turn their lives around. Right.
Because, Craig and I are just supreme leaders when it comes to advice. I about threw up right there. Good God. So we're super good at advice, and what we say is absolute. So if we just happen to read a story that somewhat pertains to you, and we give you some advice, feel free to follow that advice because it will lead you to the promised land. So
yeah, we're like, I don't know. We get compared to Buddha.
It's funny. I've heard that too.
Yeah, some people have said that.
Some people, yeah. I think it was the Taiwanese man.
I'm not saying that we agree with it. Yeah, I'm not saying that we agree with it, but some people have said it for sure.
That's for sure.
It's out there.
All right. This episode might be a shorter one, but we're just, we out here, just a little special. So, without further ado, I'm going to read our first post. Is that cool with you, Craig?
Go for it, man.
All right, Goons. This is posted by throwaway_1234. This was 3 hours ago, so I'm on fucking top of it. It says, my 25 female boyfriend, 26. So she's 25, he's 26. Says that he won't take the next step in our relationship unless I change my beliefs. And this is what she says. A little background. We've been together for a little under 5 years, and last year we started living together. We have no kids, but we've talked about having some in the future when I finish school. Nerd. On to the problem. Recently, we have been talking about getting married. Nothing concrete, just throwing an idea around, and I thought, it was just something simple as he wasn't ready to propose yet, and I was fine with that. Then last night we were talking about it, and he told me the reason he hasn't proposed yet was because I'm not Catholic. I'm agnostic. He said that he can't marry someone who's not in the same faith, and his family would look down on him and our marriage if he did. I was speechless. We've been together for 5 years, all capitalized, bold print, exclamation point. This whole time he's known my beliefs or lack thereof, and he's never mentioned it would be a problem for future endeavors. I can't follow Catholicism. I don't believe in the practices or the religion. I have nothing against people who do. I was raised as a Christian, so I understand the faith, but I just can't follow it. I don't know what to do. I love him so much, but I can't change my beliefs. Any advice would be helpful. TDLR, my boyfriend of 5 years refuses to propose unless I change my religious beliefs to match this. And then there's an edit and some more words spoken, but before we get into that, let's just give our little advice.
Yeah, so that's a lot.
Yeah. I thought we'd start it off strong.
So, first of all, we come from a very... I'm not religious whatsoever. When I did go to church, I went to a Methodist church.
Gang for life.
Yeah.
I'm Methodist, yes.
And so... So when where we went to school, we live in a very Catholic predominant town.
Jesus freaks everywhere.
So, you know, we've seen it all. That said, I mean, I don't want to like say that all religious or Catholic people are judgy. It's more like just the small town nature of it, and I like to assume they're from a small town, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, you can't really. You kind of just gotta. It sucks that it's goofy that he says this and they've been dating for 5 years. Because if it's not a problem, in that respect, it shouldn't be a problem.
Right. That was my first concern. Is that if you know perfectly well that you get to know someone, and you know the first year you're gonna learn a lot about a person. Like I'm still, like I said in another podcast, I'm 9 months with my current girlfriend, and I feel like I know her very well. And if, like, for whatever reason, I had this belief in my head that if she wasn't Catholic, then I couldn't be with her, you already fucking know I would tell her that pretty early on. So, like, actually fairly early on. And so, like if that was a genuine deal breaker. And it sounds like this is a genuine deal breaker for this guy. So, my thought, and I'll let you continue further. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, like, cut you off or anything.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay.
That was really my biggest point.
Yeah, it's just a bummer, yeah. And yeah, I agree. But my thought is that this man, he has other problems, and it's not the Catholic thing in the first place. And the reason I say that is because, like I said, if you guys talked about it and he knew about this a long time ago and it was a genuine problem, you would have already discussed it, and he would have wanted to pursue it in a different direction. Like, he would have said, like, before we fall even deeper in love, this is a problem, can we fix it? And if not, you probably wouldn't be together to this day. But since, like, it's been 5 years, that is a very long time in a dating world. 5 years, and then now all of a sudden he's like, I don't want to marry you because, you know, of this thing that we knew a long time ago. That makes me think that, like, I mean, no offense, to be blatantly honest, I just don't think he wants to marry you. Does that make sense? I don't want to be rude, but that's kind of what I'm getting a little bit.
I guess. I don't know. It would be, it's really goofy because I mean, I waited I didn't propose for 8 years of my relationship. So I don't think it's crazy to wait that long.
Yeah, but he's given a reason that doesn't make sense if you're waiting that long if you knew that prior. That's all I'm trying to say. The waiting time's not a problem.
Full of shit. Yeah, I think he's full of shit because what if that's such a big deal and you guys have been together for 5 years, I'm going to assume that they've had sex. So
sinner.
If that's your problem, then
shut the fuck up.
You're not doing the things that I guess you're supposed to do.
It's so infuriating.
Contradicts that thought at all.
Yeah,
I guess. So if I were her, I would just say, it sucks.
Dodge bullet.
It sucks that it's 5 years, but I mean,
and
fuck it.
No, honestly,
you can't just be comfortable, I guess.
And of course, that's easier said than done. Like we're just third party people, just reading a story. So obviously, we can just be like, "Fuck that, get out of there," stuff like that. So I'll preface that by saying, number one, the whole thing about you were together for so many years, and then it's just to throw it all away. It feels like a waste of time. Not necessarily. I always hated that argument. I wasted my time with her, all that stuff. No, because if you've had any good times throughout those years, you've still benefited, and you've grown, she's grown. There's a lot of growth that happens. It's necessary to go through breakups in that sense, even if it does take a long time. And fortunately, if you did marry someone and there were more problems down the line, that's even worse of a problem. So it's good to date someone for, X amount of years, even if it feels like a waste. It's never a waste. Unless it genuinely was. You dated them and you literally had no fun or good times or anything. Then that's kind of a waste. But I'm assuming if they've been together for 5 years and it was going well and they were even talking about marriage, then they were happy together. So it's not a waste if you break up. So I couldn't agree more with Craig. If he's just no, you're not Catholic. Fuck you, agnostic. Stuff like that. Then it's okay, well, you can enjoy the times you had, but move on, because this guy seems like he has other problems going on.
Yeah, it's just one of those you live and you learn things.
Exactly.
Once again, it sucks that it was a half decade.
Yeah, that is annoying, but hopefully it was good in the time that you had. And I'll say also, just to preface this, just because it's a religious thing, I am a religious person. I am still Methodist, and I don't go to church like I used to because church and I have a problem, but I'll get into that some other time probably. But I'd still consider myself a a Christian young man.
Yeah.
But that being said, I hate the whole fucking thing where, like, Christian people will be like, I am better than you. And then they'll, like, press their agenda how they see fit using their religion, and then they can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like, if you press so hard that you're, Christian, and, I follow this thing, and, like, I live and die on this Bible and stuff like that, and then you, like, you fuck before you're married, or, which, we're just inferencing, whatever it's called, because she didn't say that, but we'd have to assume. It's nature. I hate, like, when they can get away with certain things and then just be like, well, I can still judge you even though I do that same shit. Like, we're all sinners. Get over yourself.
Yeah, I found in my life that religion has a ton of loopholes that are very convenient for a lot of people.
Right.
And that only non-religious people and open-minded people are able to notice those.
Right.
But I will say, with like my last thought on it, I guess,
yes.
If I guess that you don't have to necessarily, like, you wouldn't have to leave if you're happy with, like, if you don't need to be married, you could just, and he's like, we can't get married because of this, but, like, I don't want to, like, break up or anything like that.
Right.
And you guys are both chill with that.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
You could just keep doing what you're doing.
I
like,
couldn't,
legitimately.
Hell yeah, Craig. Honestly, I could not agree more. In the end of the day, do what's going to make you happy. You know what I mean? If you don't need a title, sure, don't get the title. I agree.
Absolutely.
That's good advice.
I think that's my final.
That's your take? All right,
that
yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah.
basically my take. And I'm going to read what she said afterwards. She says, edit. From reading all the comments, I've decided that I can't pretend to convert because it would cause problems down the road. I'm not exactly okay with any future children being raised in a church until they're old enough to understand what that all means. And that he may have wanted this the whole time and just waited until he felt like I wouldn't walk away or it's his family pushing it on him. I've let him know that we are going to have to talk this afternoon, so I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you for all the advice and indignation on my behalf. It's helped me see things a bit more clearly, even though I'm still worked up about the whole thing. So, I don't see an edit, so I don't know what she did. Like I said, this was posted 3 hours ago. So she was going to talk to her boyfriend some other time. So maybe if I can remember, I will let you guys know what happened.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
It sounds like, at least, and that's a big thing about relationship advice. Ultimately, it'll be your decision. No matter what we say, no matter what people advise, anything like that, it is 100% her decision. And if she feels like it's going to be more problematic in the future, there's really no point to trying it. Like, like she decides it, doesn't want to work on it, move on.
Agreed.
Yeah.
High fives all around.
Yeah. It's a high five noise.
Okay. All
right, Craig.
So,
what you got?
next one. This one is, how do I, male 30, tell her, female 31, the truth about my tattoo? This was posted by Fuck Patrick Mahomes.
I don't want to fucking hear it then.
It's a good one, though.
Okay,
So
fine.
basically, this entire year, I've been on the Bucks Brady bandwagon, big time. And it's been a blast. I'm a huge Brady fan, and that's Tom Brady, of course.
Man,
for
fuck
those
this guy.
who are not sports fans.
This is literally Tom Brady posting this.
Yeah, it probably is, honestly. He got a sick tattoo, and he doesn't want Giselle to know.
Yeah.
Or maybe his son, because he kisses his son.
Yeah, he's come here, boy.
Growing up in the GOAT state, watching the GOAT. Now, I don't know what the GOAT state is. I would assume Massachusetts is what he's referring to.
It's definitely not Ohio, so.
Because like, I know they're in, like, the Patriots play in Massachusetts, but
Yeah, probably have to.
it's not like they're not the Massachusetts Patriots. But after watching the GOAT win ring after ring, allowed me to grow up with the mindset of a winner.
They didn't win one last year.
Oh shit. Watching Brady win has become such a huge part of my identity that in honor of him, I went out yesterday and got the number 12 tattooed on my arm. This was my first tattoo.
That's a bold move.
Sorry. Yeah, this is his first tattoo. My girlfriend has always been really into tattoos and always wanted me to get one. I always told her I wasn't against it, but wanted to wait to get one for something that was truly meaningful, and she understood. She has a bunch, including a swallow across her ribcage, but I'm not the type of person to permanently mark my body just because I like birds, which is like a subtle burn.
Yeah. Well, just throwing some shade.
Yeah, throw a little shade at her. I came home from the shop yesterday and immediately went to show her the tattoo. I prefaced it by the reveal by saying I finally had found something meaningful enough to me. I unwrapped it, and when she saw it, and when she saw the big blue 12 on my arm, she began to cry about how getting a tattoo of the year we started dating is so beautiful and romantic. The entire
he's like, yeah, babe, yeah.
The entire time getting the tattoo, it didn't even occur to me that 2012 was the year we started dating, or that she would even make that connection. She was critical of the font, but was moved by the sentiment.
Why does this look like jersey number?
I know. When she asked me what the color blue symbolized, I told her it was her blue eyes, even though it was Patriots colors. I'm going to have to keep this a secret for the rest of my life, but I don't know how, since I already told my friends that I was going to get it done, and my brothers. They will definitely want to see it next time we are all together, not to mention the numbers clearly in a football jersey font that my girlfriend could figure out at any moment. I'm worried because the implication is that Tom Brady is more important to me than she is, which isn't true. He's just been a part of my life longer. Either way, I feel like she's going to be upset. Do I tell her the truth? Keep it a secret? I feel bad, but it wouldn't be the first secret I've kept from her. At the same time, I feel like having to lie about the tattoo to people every time I'm asked about it for the rest of my life would tear me apart.
Oh my god.
TLDR, girlfriend thanks the number 12 tattoo I got for the year we started dating. So, that's a lot to unpack.
It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. First of all, Jesus Christ. Like, don't get a fucking tattoo of a fucking loser, okay? He's technically not a loser. I'm just messing. Obviously, get a tattoo of whatever you want. It's your body, your rule. I guess what I would say is I'm a huge advocate on communication and truth and being honest with each other. That being said, if you want to be dumped, tell her that it's Tom Brady's jersey number.
Dude, I can't. It's so funny, man. So I have a similar like mindset on tattoos. Like growing up, I was like, I'll probably have some tattoos. Like I guarantee I'll have a tattoo. And then when I got of age to get tattoos, I was like, man, I don't really want anything.
Right.
Like, there's nothing like. I really like basketball. I'm not going to put a basketball on my fucking arm. That's goofy as shit. Now, I probably look up to Michael Jordan the way this guy looks up to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But I instead of getting Michael Jordan tattooed on my arm, I got my wife's name tattooed on my arm. You see. So, I totally different beast there. I think the only thing you can really do is maybe say the thing.
To do what?
Tell her that's the fucking Patriots quarterback.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. First of all, number one, you dug yourself a hole as soon as she called it out. That was your chance to say, "Oh no, babe, I'm sorry." Like that was your chance to like unfuck yourself before it got too deep. But now you've officially lied to her, by not telling her the whole truth. And that's a bummer. So that's already going to be more of a problem. So that's good for you. But like, I wouldn't keep lying because it's just going to be more of a problem later. I feel like. Unless, here's how you do it. You're going to go get a tattoo of the number 12 but in love you romantic stuff on your other arm. And then you're going to tell her, don't show her the new tattoo. Show her the old tattoo and be like, I have something to tell you. Tell her that it's fucking Tom fuckface Brady. And then like, she'll cry, she'll be upset and stuff like that. But be like, but because you gave me such a brilliant idea and like I love you so much, boom, whip out your other arm, 12. And be like, this is for you, babe.
So what you're suggesting is that he like has to overcompensate to get like a huge fucking like, so because now he's in the position where he's like, it doesn't matter how much I don't want a bunch of permanent stuff on me, I really gotta dig deep here to make this Tom Brady stuff go away. And she still might be like, you're a fucking loser, Patrick Mahomes rocks and is better than Tom Brady, so I will never affiliate with you ever again. So it still could be like that. Most likely will be like that. But at least you're an honest person. And now that there's like, you can't mix two, what is it called? Separate yolks, whatever the fuck that saying is. So like, if she's Team Patrick and you're Team Brady, then you're probably not meant for each other anyway. So it's necessary. Tell her the truth. Yeah, agreed. And if you can hear my dog screaming in the background,
Yeah, what the fuck?
it's because my father-in-law is here, and they love him more than anything in the world.
That's real love.
If he walks out of the house for even a second, they scream. But it sounds like they have stopped for a moment.
We haven't had your dog Chi pop up for a while, so that's all right.
He said, "What's up, dude?"
But
yeah, it's very much a situation where you gotta fucking make it up big time. Now, you could have got away with something if you were too embarrassed to say it was Tom Brady. But with the blue eyes thing, you really fucked yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you kept digging yourself in the fucking hole. Idiot.
Fool. There's no updates on any of it that I've seen. So, basically, this guy is a moron. It also could just be a troll.
Could be a troll, but I doubt it. It
also,
sounded pretty personal.
Football fans are stupid.
Yeah, they do some dumb shit.
And they will do this.
I mean, that being said, like I said earlier, your body, your decisions, that's perfectly fine. I wouldn't do it. Your wife wouldn't do it, but that's all right. You know, learn from your mistakes. That's all we can suggest.
Dude, sometimes I see the way that Tom Brady kisses his son.
And it gets me in the right mood.
And I wish it was me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you wish you were Tom?
Not me kissing his son. No,
okay,
no,
all right. You wish you were the son.
I wish he would just kiss me that way.
Okay, so you want to be the son. Okay.
No, yeah. I would like to be of age.
Well, you can't have that. Mr. Thomas only likes young boys. All right? We look past that.
We are not implying that Tom Brady is a child molester.
No, he just kisses his son on the lips.
He just doesn't know when to stop kissing his children.
Just like he knows he's a fucking meme. He knows he's a fucking joke, and yet I think he posts more videos about. He's like, "Go over here, boy." And I'm always like, "What? It's not cool." I mean, and then but yeah, I think we've come to the conclusion on that one. That was a good one. That was a little bit more lighthearted than mine, I'd say, because it could just be like the wife being like, "You fucking idiot," and then they move on. So we hope the best for you, kinda. But pick a better team.
I agree. Fuck them. Except they did win.
They just won. Yeah.
It's fine. We're fine.
I'm fine. I'm cool. It wasn't even a fun game, and just wasn't a good game. But that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna hit mine up. And this is called XGF cheated on me, and now I'm being forced into taking her back by my family.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah, I like to do the hard-hitting ones. You can do the funny, goofy boys, and I'm just gonna do my thing. So it starts out. I apologize for my trashy English. Sorry for bad format. This was written on phone. My 17 male ex-girlfriend of 17 female of 4 years cheated on me with my ex-best friend. He's an 18-year-old male. If I do not take her back, my parents will kick me out and hold me back from receiving any future financial aid. My other family members won't take me in. I don't have any other friends, so nowhere else to stay at where I feel safe. I caught them making out when I went over to her house to retrieve my textbook from when me and her had studied together. No one else was home apart from them. I had quietly retrieved my textbook, put my keys on their table, and left. I ghosted them and haven't spoken to them since. She came over crying to my house multiple times, but I did not let her in. Her parents had given me their house key in case I wanted to come over anytime I wanted. They viewed me as real family. Her parents are the only people I feel bad for this situation. They have helped me so much more than my own parents have. I met her 5 years ago when she was struggling with cancer. She won the battle and has recovered since then. I won't put it lightly, she was an extreme mess when I first met her. I was one of the few people who didn't mind her for how she looked. She got bullied constantly, and I did my best to make sure that she knows she's worth so much more than she thinks she is. I made sure to always let her know that I would accept her no matter what. Except for she cheats on you. I also told her that I did not mind her self-harm scars in the slightest, and that she's beautiful and that she deserves to be listened to because she matters. I regret telling her all of that. I wasted so much energy on her. I told her parents and mine that what had happened that day and told them that I am done with her. Her parents respected my decision, but mine did not. My parents did not like the fact that I'm done with her and want me to give her a second chance. My parents love her a lot. They constantly invited her to events and dinners. They allowed me to stop talking to my ex-best friend, but want me to take my ex-girlfriend back. My parents have been talking to and comforting ex-girlfriend behind my back, and I just feel so betrayed by my own parents. My parents gave me an ultimatum. Either we talk everything out and get back together before the end of the month, or I will get kicked out as soon as I finish high school. I honestly don't know what to do and feel like killing myself because I cannot bother to deal with any of this anymore. So that I didn't proofread this, and that kind of took a really dark turn towards the end there.
That did take a dark
kind of towards the center.
Oh my god!
But let me start out really quick. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say real quick, and then Craig, you
don't
take
do
it.
that.
Don't do that. That won't help you.
Very much. Don't kill yourself.
Don't do that. Kill her. Kidding.
Don't do that either. Don't do that either.
Kidding.
So, my initial reaction is, what did you do? Like, what did he do? You know what I mean?
Right. Like you mean in response to that, or like during the relationship?
What did he do? I'm thinking, what did this kid do to warrant it? Like, I'm not saying I'm not.
Oh
I'm
shit!
not
You're victim blaming. You're victim
but
blaming.
I'm thinking, like, why would your parents, like, what did you do to make your parents be like, fuck you? You know what I mean? Like, maybe they're complete assholes, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was
if maybe her parents don't know, like, whatever side of the stories that his parents know.
You took an interesting.
Maybe he did something.
You took an interesting route.
Just, yeah, maybe like I've seen something similar.
Oh, I got you.
Not in my personal life, but in someone I know.
Right.
And it's there, and so like, makes you wonder, you know, like what did this fucking guy do first?
Okay.
To maybe warrant everything else.
Well, that's a bold take. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take the contrast of, you know, sometimes people are just born into shitty families, and sometimes shitty things happen to those people, even though they already have a shitty family. So it very well could be he, you know, but there, like you said, there's two sides to the coin. Always is. He could be awful, you know. Here's the thing that I should have said at the well, I did, but I'm gonna preface this. Let me remind you that the ages here are 17, and then the ex-best friend is 18. So these are actual children. So no matter what, all these decisions made, in my opinion, are a bit more, I don't know the word. Let's just say that you're just young. You're too young. So like, she makes a decision to cheat on you, awful decision, but she's going to make the mistake because she's young, she doesn't know what she's doing, shit like that. Maybe you were a piece of shit and you made her feel garbagey or something, like Craig is trying to say, just to, you know, take his side real quick. You know, but you're young and you're trying to figure some shit out. I don't know how the story really is, but I'm just saying you're all very young. And so it said you're 17 years old and there was 4 years with each other. So that means you were 13.
Their entire teenage lives.
Like their high school career. Okay, so like, hey man, I'll tell you what, I get it. You know, I had a high school sweetie that, like, you know, I was super into, then she cheated on me. And I tell you what, that sucked pretty heavily. There wasn't like a cancer situation. And it rips you apart, right? And you're so young, so you're just like, that was the love of my life. Like, there is nothing more than that in the world. It sucks. And like, it's even worse because it's like, that sounds like it's your best friend. And I can go into a story on that too, but I'm not gonna get into that on my side. But still, I'm just saying that it really, really does suck. I hear you. And even some days you're like, I should hurt myself. Maybe sometimes. But let me tell you, there's so many better things. So many better things. I'm sure people have told you that a million times by now because that's what people kept telling me. And I was like, no, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It just takes time. Yeah.
I took a more cynical route, but in the end, you are 1,000,000% right. You are children.
Yep.
These are, I mean, especially if you guys have been together for as long as you have, you haven't really developed feelings outside of yourselves.
Right.
So it's weird when you have to. So I don't know. I went from 16 to current. So I don't have the knowledge of what any of that's like.
Right. But, yeah. He married his high school sweetie.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. So it's different for sure, but you know, in the end, it happens. And if your parents kick you out, fuck them too, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, and we didn't address that yet. That's like the whole thing, right? Like, what do you do?
Well, let's if you're you gotta play it smart, right? So,
right.
If you have a car and you have a job, you're probably gonna be okay.
Yeah, you got a place to sleep.
If you have, you've got until summer here before they eliminate you. Save up money, be very smart. If you don't have those things, get at least a job.
Right.
So you can find somewhere to live.
Right.
Be smart about it for sure.
Yep.
Because if your parents, if the more likely route is you didn't do anything wrong, correct? So, like, as far as he's like written in the story,
Right.
So you, we know of no wrongdoing on your part. So your parents are just irrational people. In which case, I would just
Sounds like you're throwing like a little bit of shade, but yes, we get it. Yeah.
Well, you know,
I know. Based on the narrative that we have, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you shouldn't really want to be there or want their help is where I'm going. So get a job if you don't have a job. As someone who worked all through high school, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I couldn't agree more.
Save your money and be smart. And if you go to college, go to college. But if you don't, keep working and survive, I guess, is the best way.
Yeah.
Now, you could pay for room and board and not have to worry about that, and then just save your money, like in college. And then also continue to work and be smart. But I would just say, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Leave them in the rear view. And if they come to their senses, they come to their senses.
Become independent. That's a good way to put that, because first of all, independency is a very important skill in a human's life. And it sounds like you're 17. So I mean, like you're about to be in adulthood anyway. And you know, if your parents want to disown you on such a fickle piece of shit matter, then like Craig said, fuck them. They're not worth your time, and you're obviously not worth their time. Move on. Throw them in the past if you possibly can. You don't need no motherfucking handout. You don't need nothing. You go work for yourself. You make yourself a living. You live on that. You'll find new people in your life that actually care about you. Like, you will. That's just how it is. If you put yourself in the right situations. Like, if you get yourself a nice job, get yourself some friends through that job, you know, start meeting people, networking, and then you can start growing your life in a better direction without your parents' help. And it'll feel much more satisfying. And your ex will she'll rue the day. Like, she'll have to reap what she's sown. And, you know, that sucks for her. I hope. That's what I always thought. I was like, I hope my ex felt shitty and sometimes still feels shitty. But ultimately, I don't care, because I've moved on and to much bigger and better things. And I have a person that I genuinely love. And, you know, it gets better.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think that's the best way to look at it. To just be chilling. Yeah.
Just be chilling.
Sometimes you gotta grow up, man. I had to grow up a little faster than I would have liked to, for sure.
Bro, same.
Sometimes you gotta do it, man. Do you have any other? And once again, I know I was, like I said, very cynical about the kid. I always can tell. I can't, like, not that I'm I'm not a psychic or have any warrant or, you know, psychology background or anything like that. But in the post, it's just like, here's what she did wrong.
Yes.
My family's a bunch of bitches.
Yep.
Here's all the really great things that I did. Exactly. So don't forget all the good things that I did. Yeah. Okay, I did a great thing. And then, like, back to them. So, you know, maybe there's something in there that you did wrong. Maybe take a look at that.
Yeah, and I agree.
If you haven't.
I agree. And but the thing that, to go on that little tangent, I will say that he's almost like flexing that he's like, I took her when no one else would. Like, I treated her like a queen when no one else would. Listen, she still doesn't owe you anything. You know what I mean? Like, you do nice things to people because it is the nice thing to do. You don't do them because you expect them to be your, you know, your slave for the rest of their life. You know, it's just like, you do, good for you. You helped her out and you've made her feel good whenever no one else would. That's great. Do that for your own agenda, not for hers.
Yeah. You will learn in your life. Have you seen the 101 Dalmatians movie and the sequel?
Yep. Of course.
So, I mean, in the first one, they stop Cruella de Vil, right?
Classic.
And they save all the puppies. And in the
Spoiler.
second one, they rehabilitate her, right? She's like, she's a nice person, right? At the beginning.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's been a while.
She goes a little crazy. And then she's like, I'm going to fucking use that puppy skin again. So, sometimes you can do really nice things for people, and they're still going to be fucking assholes.
Yeah,
so,
that's just, and here, like, you know, that's just how it is. People are going to be shit, and you're going to have to move on from those people.
Facts.
Because not everyone's shit.
Yeah, not everybody's shit, but most people are.
Most people, yeah.
Do you have anything else on those
On that
to
one,
the young lovebirds.
those young lovebirds, I'm just last little bit, look forward, don't look back.
Boom.
That's it.
Boom. All right.
Get
This
some
one is
more?
also very serious.
Oh, hell yeah. The next one. Okay, yeah. Well, technically, this should be kind of serious, right? Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, this one's dead serious.
Oh, no. Okay. Let me just harvest my chakra.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
My male 27 girlfriend, female 21, laughs like Mr. Krabs during sex.
No. I didn't know. I wasn't
Yeah.
prepared for this.
This is an anonymous post.
Oh, that's a good call, buddy.
I have been dating my girlfriend for 2 years now, and I love her. She is the love of my life and is the most perfect person I've ever met. She makes me breakfast, eggs and bacon. She is beautiful, and she is really smart. We both have very high libido and have sex almost every night since we started dating, except for when it's her time of the month. I almost said his time of the month. Which means he's not a true warrior, am I right, boy?
Yeah, bro.
I'm just kidding.
Get him.
I'm just joking.
Get him.
We've always been an adventurous couple, and I've always tried to be encouraging of her kinky side, and her of mine. This has led to a few surprises along the way, but nothing too big of a deal, and overall it's been really enjoyable. But recently, she called me into the bedroom to confess something. She said it's related to roleplay, and I thought, no biggie, we've done this before. But she said this was different, and confessed that she wanted to do a roleplay based on the popular SpongeBob cartoon.
I'm in. I would be like, no way, babe. Really? And I would go grab my SpongeBob costume so fucking fast.
Obviously,
I'm on
I
board.
winced and was not keen on this. And I think she could see that, but I didn't want to make her feel bad, so I covered it up and decided to act like it was a great idea. So she gets me to be SpongeBob or Squidward, which makes me wonder, like, does he not know which one he was, or does this like a multiple times thing?
Either or. Probably
Yeah,
both.
I don't know. But she is Mr. Krabs. And every time, just before she comes, she laughs like Mr. Krabs, and it turns me off so much that I instantly go flaccid. I've had to
Classic.
resort to faking orgasms so she doesn't suspect anything. Like I said, she's the love of my life, and I couldn't bear to tell her not to do this because it would crush her self-esteem and confidence. But I can't look her in the eyes and tell her I want to flip her Krabby Patties every night before we engage in coitus. I've started to resent and even fear the bedroom since this has been happening. I can't deal with it, and I don't know what to do.
let me tell you what to do. Buck the fuck up, Mr. Squidward. All I need you to do is go in there with an open mind. Of course, I'm kidding.
Dude, well, right, I mean... And even if, just, you could have done it the one time and been like, you know, I'm gonna be honest, that wasn't for me. You could straight up be like, I didn't like SpongeBob, or it freaked me out or something.
She's like, try Squidward.
And, yeah, try Squidward. Maybe Sandy.
Try some
Maybe
Sandy cheeks.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a little lesbian thing.
Yeah, dude. I'm open.
But you could definitely just, like, tell her the truth. It's
And
okay, fine.
my genuine advice, yeah, obviously it was going to be, like I said before, communication is key. And if you fear going into your bedroom because of a weird cosplay fuck sesh, just tell her. And he was like, I can't bring myself to tell her or whatever because it'll crush her self-esteem. I don't think so. I think you would just be like, it's just not, like, I totally respect you, and we tried it. It doesn't work for me as much as other things. So let's just, like, keep that to a minimum. Like...
Well, what if she maybe noticed that he loved SpongeBob?
Oh, and she was trying?
Like, we do all this role play.
Yeah.
And then she was like, well, maybe I'll do a SpongeBob thing since he loves SpongeBob so much. And
she's just trying to be a sweetheart.
Yeah, and since he, even though he's faking it, since he, does his business every single time,
It looks
she's
joyous.
like, he loves this.
Yeah.
We're going to continue to do this forever. So maybe if he's like, hey, please stop doing this, she'll be like, oh, thank God, we can stop doing that.
She's like, I hated being Mr. Krabs. Money, money, money.
Yeah, why'd you make me be the male crab?
It sounds like she technically chose that.
Yeah, she definitely chose
She was
that.
just like,
well, she might.
I'll call Mr.
She
Krabs.
probably, yeah, she was watching SpongeBob, and she was like, I can't do any of their voices. And she was like, well, my voice is I have a little bit more of a deeper voice. I could do a Mr. Krabs.
I can at least laugh like him.
Yeah.
So she was like, I'll take him just so I can help out my husband that I love so much. I bet he'd want to be SpongeBob or Squidward or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Well, because you would want him to be the main antagonist or protagonist.
Yeah.
Not antagonist, yeah. So that way he feels like a hero. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'll say right now, what the fuck is your fantasy, sir? I bet she's done some shit to make you feel pretty good. You know, like, relationships are all about sacrifice and, you know, putting the other one forward. So I'm glad at least that, like, the idea didn't, you know, it didn't strike your fancy, but you at least pulled through just to try it out, you know, give her what she wanted. And now is your chance to be like, listen, this genuinely makes me fear the bedroom, like you said. So then you can kind of move on from there. But, like, what if, like, you know, what are your fucking fantasies? And, like, pull one of those out. Be like, I want you to dress like... Craig, help me out. Dress like... I can only think of SpongeBob now.
the Uncle Fester from
the Addams Family, and then I want me to be cousin It. You know, like, if that's what you're fucking into, fucking throw that out. And if she's like, ew, disgusting, be like, oh, really? Interesting.
Well, I'm actually not a big fan of that SpongeBob thing you do.
And then there you go, fight it out. Because here's how it works. Sometimes in a relationship, you just gotta fight it out. Okay? You just gotta fucking fight. That's my advice.
Yeah, I mean, just once again, don't be a lying sack of shit.
Yeah, that's all it amounts to. See, all these problems is just communication. You just gotta communicate.
Yeah, you know what makes you, here's the thing. If you would have done it the first time because you're open-minded, and you said, I don't like that. Maybe you should have been like, damn, that's okay.
But that's okay. You'll get past it. You'll get over it.
Yeah, I'll picture it in my head next time.
Right. And in her head, she'll go.
So, but now if you do it 20 times, and on the 20th time you're like, hey, I actually hate this. She's gonna be like, you let me do this 20 times.
She's gonna be embarrassed.
Yeah, dude, it's like that'll kill her self. Like, you're right, it's gonna kill her self-esteem because you didn't stop it at first, you fucker.
Just communicate, Christ. Yeah. Okay. Easy. That's easy in the books.
Easy peasy. I just like that one. I saw that.
That's
and I
funny.
Said, you know what? I said we're gonna throw that one in there.
Yeah, I like that. This one's called "Wife Broke a Broom on My Back." So.
Oh, jeez.
We're gonna stick with that fun trend. We're not on a trend, but to move on, I guess. Any last words on the SpongeBob fetish?
Did she like, dude? Oh man, she should have been Plankton. He should have been Mr. Krabs.
You know.
And she should have been like, give me the secret formula. You know what I mean?
And then you could have been like, ravioli, give me the formuoli.
Yeah, I think that's the right move.
We're gonna give you advice so that way you can go back in the bedroom and surprise her. You take charge. Flip the script.
Yeah, exactly. So, you just get in there.
You get in there. That being said, fuck yeah, I love some fantasies. All you freaks out there, I know people are fucking weird. Y'all got some weird fantasies. Thrive in it. If it doesn't hurt nobody and it's super consensual and all this fun stuff, then I fucking thrive in that condition. You do your bad self. Whatever floats your scrot.
Whatever floats your scrot.
That's a saying, I think. That's
what everybody says, yeah.
Everyone says it.
I learned that in church.
I learned that in Methodist Church, M-Gang. Alright, so this one, like I said, is called Wife Broke a Broom on My Back. This is by Brian Garnett. So that's his straight up first and last name. Find this guy. So he says.
Find where he lives.
Yeah. 13 hours ago. It says, my wife and I got into a heated argument just now over her laziness. Whenever I come home from work, the house is a mess and the kids haven't took a bath. I told her I don't like coming home to a messy house. She's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't pay shit! ! She got all defensive about it and said she never has time to relax. I was getting ready to leave the house and that's when she hit me with the broom so hard it broke. Sounds like you missed a few steps there. I don't think that you were just trying to leave and that she just struck you.
Yeah,
but anyway,
dude, he did no wrong.
I can't hit her back, so I punched her repeatedly in the head. No, she didn't do that. He says, I can't hit her back, so I punched a hole spelled hole, WHOL, in the wall. She's blowing up my phone, apologizing and begging me to come back. She gave birth 3 months ago to our daughter, and she says she's suffering from postpartum depression. I want to be there for her, but I don't think I can be with a woman like that. Has anyone been in a similar situation before? Short one.
Jesus Christ. Hey, Brian, I got bad news for you, buddy.
Brian.
There's another this should go on a different subreddit. It's called "Who's the Asshole?" Or I think it's "Am I the asshole?" And yes, Brian, you're the asshole.
You know,
it's your fault.
Okay, you take the side of Brian being an asshole, and I'll take the side of he's an innocent child.
Okay, awesome. Well, so whatever, she's a stay-at-home mom, which doesn't pay the bills, but is very much a job. It's harder to care for humans than it is to do most things. As a person who has dogs, at least my dogs kind of understand what the fuck I want them to do. Children do not do that. And the second that she goes to pick up a broom or do anything, babies be screaming. Like always. They just do that because they're fucking assholes. And also, if she's depressed, maybe you don't fucking push her, asshole. maybe you help her out with that. Maybe you use some of that awesome big time money you're making at your big boy job, and you fucking you help her get like a postpartum therapist. You dick.
All right, my turn. Brian, my guy. I couldn't agree more in terms of if you go to work day in and day out, and you know, you're paying for everything, and you come home, and your housewife, in your eyes at least, she hasn't done anything, and so you're like, I guess I'll do the dishes, and I guess I'll give the kids a bath, even though I just got home from work, and you were home all day. I don't know what the fuck you've been doing. You're just sitting there all fucking day. That's very obvious, you know, like, you can start being like, what, I mean, you know, please, you know, help out. But, of course, I would say, obviously, talk to each other, like, literally tell her that, like, this is not going to fly. I'm also a huge advocate on, if you are a mom, I understand the first, you know, however many months to be with your child, and maybe years, however long it takes. I'm an advocate on both parents of a household working, just because that's just makes the most sense to me. Because then this shit can't happen, technically, because it's just like, you're both working, you're both putting in the effort, which, like you said, Craig, raising a child is a job. I'm just saying, do that still, but then still go work. I don't know how it's going to work in the future. That's just kind of my thought on it. But I don't like a person that doesn't pull their weight. And I guess that's all it's amounting to in this story. And he's thinking that he's not getting any weight pulled, even though he does everything else. And like, this story is very much taking his side, Mr. Brian. You're not telling us, obviously you didn't just talk to her about it, and then she got all defensive, like you said. And you were getting ready to leave the house, and that's when she hit you with a broom so hard it broke. I think there was probably a little bit more of an altercation there, but still, if you genuinely didn't physically touch her, and she comes at you with a broom and strikes you and it breaks the broom, that's still pretty fucked up. There's never, in my opinion, actually, this is just how it is, there's never, ever any excuse for violence at any point, ever. And PPD is a real thing, I agree, postpartum depression, but it's still no excuse for violence. And she very well, you know, she could have it. But that's, like I said, it's still no excuse for violence. And if that's the case, like Craig said, go get some help. Like, get her the help she needs. Maybe that was an eye-opener for her. Maybe it was an eye-opener for you. Let's go get you some mental help. Because it sounds like I said, violence is never the answer. And if there is violence in the relationship, that's going to cause way more problems in the future. Communicate.
Yeah, go. It's on the other end. We don't know. I guess we don't know context-wise. Like,
right.
We both grew up with, I think, both parents working.
Yes.
That was probably more of necessity than anything.
Genuinely.
Now, we don't know their situation. I assume they're doing all right, you know? Like, if you assume...
Hopefully.
We assume that they're doing fine. Let's say he's got a good job and, you know, she doesn't have to work. And he prefers that she, like, okay, I mean, I've seen people be like, no, you don't have to work, and then still get mad about, like, people not working, and it's like, well, you have to ask for them to work. Like, you can't, like, come home, stew about, like, the floor not being swept for a week straight, and then, like, one day just blow up about this.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? You know what would help if you like? I mean, you could also just sweep the floor. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
It's the
there's
principle,
some
though,
chores
Craig.
that.
The principle.
Well, there's some chores that people just really hate to do. My wife hates doing the laundry. I do the laundry. I really hate doing the dishes, so she generally does the dishes. Well, she doesn't like it either. But because I do the laundry, she's usually like, okay, well, I'll do this one. And we just we know which ones we prefer to do or not to do. And sometimes I don't have time to do that one, so we just it doesn't get done until I do it, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that boils down to communication, like we've been trying to press so hard. Figure it out.
And I don't know. I guess it's probably pretty easy to tell. I mean, if it's like a classic postpartum depression that she's like not herself. So maybe you just acknowledge that and say, hey, is everything okay?
I noticed that you thrashed a broom on the back of my spinal column. I just wanted to make sure that you're okay mentally.
Yeah. Did it say how many kids they have total?
No, it said plural kids, and then it said they had like a 3-month-old baby. So I'm assuming just like multiple, like at least 2.
Yeah. Can you let's say they're because they're probably not old enough to go to school. So let's say they're 3 and 4, and then they've got a 3-month-old. You know how much shit a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old can get into in the 2 seconds that you're caring for a 3-month-old, or even trying to clean? It's impossible.
Shit gets wild. Shit gets wild.
You could clean. She for all we know spent the entire day cleaning, and those little bastards tore that shit right back up, because that's just what kids do.
Right before Brian came home. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Brian.
You know what? Fuck you, Brian. Get over it. God.
Yeah.
Help your wife out.
Man. Yeah, just pick up a broom, you fucker.
But then again, also Brian's wife. If it's your fault, step up. Don't be a freeloader. Don't be a mooch. Jesus Christ.
Don't be a freeloader.
Hey, man, I've seen it. It's a real thing.
No.
We're good at advice.
Yeah, we're killing it, I think.
We have now reached an hour, and this was supposed to be a shorter episode.
Crushed it.
I mean, it's a good time. I'm giving advice. I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah, if you want to do a quick one, I could do a quick one, but if not, we can wrap it. It doesn't matter.
Well, I also have a quick one that I want to do, so let's just do 2 quickies. Fuck it.
Cool, let's knock
It's
it
a
out.
holiday special.
Yeah, something weird happened between my friend and I, and I'm unsure how to move forward. This was posted by Throwaway 776557388.
Classic.
That's a sick name. This is the story of two bros being bros.
Hell yeah.
He said, last night my friend was over at my house. I was playing Animal Crossing on my bed, and I leaned back because I thought there was a pillow behind me. But actually, it was him. I was like, oh, sorry. And he was like, it's fine, dude. And guided me back to lay on his chest. I was super confused and freaking out, wondering if this was a normal thing for friends to do, or if this meant anything.
No, it's
I calmed myself down for a bit, because he doesn't really care about personal space much, so this was probably normal for him. And also, girls do this stuff with their friends sometimes. And so it doesn't have to be gay if it's 2 guys, right? Eventually, he started running his fingers through my hair.
Oh.
I wanted badly to lean back into him, but I tried to stay calm and still, because I didn't want him to stop. He didn't seem bothered at all. He was just scrolling on his phone behind me. Little did he know I was going through a roller coaster of emotions. I realized how this would look from an outsider's point of view, me laying on his chest and him playing with my hair on my bed in dim lighting. It was really romantic in a weird way, even though he's a guy. He went from home after... I feel like I'm reading some weird fan fiction. Yeah. He went home after that last night, and now it's the next day, and I don't know what to do. I don't know if it meant anything, or meant anything to him, or if it was just a normal friend behavior and I'm just overreacting. I really hope this means I get to lay on him whenever I want to now, though. LOL.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if I should say something. I don't want to creep him out. I don't even know what I would say to him in the first place. Did he also have butterflies in the pit of his stomach, or was he just scrolling through Instagram completely unbothered? So it's the tale of boys being boys.
Tale of boys being boys. Little.
Have you ever experienced a moment like this?
Yes. I mean, not like personally like this. I'll say that like there was no butterflies. Hopefully, I don't know. But me and my boys, we're close. I'll fucking right now. If I had my boy here, I'd absolutely lay on his chest and I'd play with his hair. That's not gay at all. I don't think so. I don't know. If you're buddies and you're just doing it just for laughs and just to fucking hang out, whatever. But you have to gauge the situation because there are certain buddies. I'll take you, Craig, that I probably wouldn't do that with for at least a while. You got to gauge how that works. But some friends, I'd hug them and lay with them. Whatever. I wouldn't do anything gay, or there wouldn't be any gay intentions. But hopefully they didn't think anything was gay. I don't know. But we've kind of never really talked about it. So maybe I should ask them. Is this gay?
It's first of all, poster. It's okay. Right? It's okay if if
you've had some feelings.
Anymore, people, I think people are generally experiencing. I don't think there's more. It's not as black and white, right, as it was when our parents were
exactly boomers.
It's not. Yeah, you're either gay or you're straight, and that's it.
Yeah.
But now there's non-binary, there's bisexual, there's all kinds of different orientations you can have. And I assume you're probably a younger person, so you're
going through
you're experiencing stuff. You're going through it, man.
Going through it.
The best thing you could do is, I really don't know. I've never
This is hard advice. This is tough advice.
Yeah. I've never had to, personally, you have any interaction like this. But I imagine it's probably awkward to have a straightforward conversation about it, so you could probably
joke about it,
yeah. And then he'll be like, honestly, that's probably what that would probably be the best
you could fake joke
is to say, hey dude, you trying to play with my hair again?
Be like, Saturday? Hey bro, you trying to sucky real quick?
Oh jeez.
And then just see his reaction.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the guy, it could be just as innocent as he was like, yeah dude. He's like, I was on your bed, you tried to lay down, whatever, I was comfortable, and then you had really soft hair because of the shampoo you used.
Dude, you use Axe fucking shampoo, bro. It fucking smelled good. It fucking soft, sue me, Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, sorry, I like hair, jeez. And it could just be as innocent as that. It could be he's going through the same thing.
Could be.
I guess that's all I got for
And the only way to figure that out is to literally talk about it. And like we said, communication is key. I can't imagine it being weird because, the bummer of it would be if you went to him and you're like, hey, when that happened, I had a few butterflies. It was kind of weird. What's up? And he was like, ew, gay. That would be a big bummer. That would suck a lot.
Yeah, that'd be unfortunate.
So that's I think that's where your fear is coming from. I don't know that for sure, but I'd say that's where your fear is coming from. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to know. You just need to know. Because my thing is, I've never had any, these butterflies or whatever you said towards another dude, even if we did some, if we were just, I never, straight up cuddled any guy, or I never really played with anyone's hair, whatever, but, I've been really close to people, and I've never had those butterflies, so I don't know that experience. But I'm just saying, if you genuinely were going through an emotional roller coaster, and he was just on his phone, you should still probably just go ahead and be like, "Hey, man, what's up with that? Are you are you gay or something? Or just even if it is kind of a joke, and you're just trying to gauge it like that, that's fine. But I think you need to figure it out. It would be my advice.
Yeah. You gotta find yourself, man.
Find yourself, man. And if he, if he just is weird or creeped out by you, then damn bummer. But if he's what if he's kind of into it? Then what? Then you have another whole question. It's are you guys gay? Do you pursue it, or bi? Or do you pursue it, or you just want to play around, mess around, figure it out, pursue it? Do you just want to
There's a lot of pursuing it there.
I'm just trying to subliminally message. I'm like, anything you guys want to do, pursue it, and then just check it out and see what I pursue.
Maybe go to the game, pursue that.
Pursue that. I'm just saying, dude. If you're happy and fuzzy about it, then just fucking see where that goes. Shit, I don't know. Just see if he's into it. And maybe
that's all you can do.
And maybe it doesn't even matter if it was a guy or girl, whatever. Maybe you just needed someone to play with your hair, just to feel a little love, just a little bit of love.
Yeah. Maybe he felt like you were feeling down.
Right. I'd kiss my homie on the lips if I knew he was feeling down.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
Bring it back.
Bring it back. He sort of kisses his son right on the mouth, man.
Right on the mouth,
and it's
man.
not gay. He just loves his son so much.
Yeah. If you do some quote unquote gay shit, does that like, but with like zero gay intention, does that make you? Is that gay still? Sorry to put you on the spot, straight man. But
I don't think so. I mean, I remember growing up, right? I mean, it was definitely a less accepting time.
Yeah.
So, like, God forbid you, like, hug your friend.
Look at a boy in the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, just straight up, if you, like, just touched a guy, it was like, people were like, ew, what the fuck?
Yeah, you need to go to, like, camps, like the fucking Christian camps.
Yeah, now I can, you can hug all your friends, and it's totally fine, and most people are grateful, and they're like, thank you so much for that hug. I really appreciate the hug.
Bros need hugs, bro.
And, well, yeah, it doesn't have to be... gay.
Dude.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'm definitely
I
not,
hug Craig every time I see him.
Yeah, I'm like, what's up, dude?
Yeah, I'll hug Craig every time I see him. And there's nothing gay about that. My big question was that, like, if I were to, like, hug you and then start slapping your dick and balls around, is that gay? Even though I'm 100% not gay?
I don't know, man. It's not for me to decide.
I think if I'm slapping your dick and balls around, I think it's pretty important for you to figure out, too. We need to figure this out together, Craig.
Yeah, clear it up.
Clear it up. I think ultimately you just gotta communicate, figure it out together. And if he's a good friend, then he'll understand, and he'll figure it out.
Yeah,
be just fine. But thanks for sharing. That's probably pretty hard to. It's getting hopefully it's getting easier and easier to come out and say stuff like that, because dudes have feelings too, and sometimes they're in your mind. You can be a little confused, and everyone's confused, and you just take some time in communicating to figure it out, and that's okay.
Facts.
I just have a quickie, real quick. Like I said, this is not a short special. This is a long special. So you're welcome.
We're gonna go 3 hours, actually.
This is actually gonna be a fucking 3-hour session. This one says, I, 18 female, just found out my little sister, 14 female, is pregnant. So this is by Throw RA Secret 617. A few hours ago, my little sister told me and our other sister that she's pregnant. We sat in silence for a while because no one really knew what to say. But when we did talk about it, I was a little disappointed in her. I feel like I failed as a big sister. What's most fucked up about the situation, she doesn't know who her father is. There are 2 possible fathers. But what I really need advice on is she's not planning on telling our parents. I don't know how that's going to work, but she isn't telling them. I know that's not the smart decision. I know she'll hate me, but should I tell her parents about this, or should I mind my own business and see how this all plays out? So, number 1, do not just sit in the back seat and just see how it all plays out. Don't just chill. You're going to have to, you're the sister, you should probably help out. But yeah, no, you need to, number 1, get some medical fucking care. Like, no matter what is going on, inside, outside of home, boyfriend, all that stuff, she needs some medical attention, especially at such a young age. That's my first advice. Craig, what are your thoughts on that?
I will echo that.
No matter what.
I would say, yeah, I would see a doctor for sure.
Even if you even if you have to hide that from your parents, whatever you have to do, get to a doctor. Just to, you got to make sure everything's flowing right and connected right, and all that stuff. On whether you should tell your parents or not, it's going to be really hard to hide that in the future, so consider that. And it could be more stress than if you just told them outright. So
yeah, I think. I guess most people have their parents take them to the doctor. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could always request that they stay in the lobby also.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, I'm just not feeling so hot, and I'd like to see the doctor. And then, if it's a concerning thing, they should tell them, right? And then
if you're 14,
it ends up being fine. Yeah. Especially if you're that young, they kind of have to. But you can request that your parent is not in the room.
Yeah, you can have a little privacy
for things like that.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they will find out.
Yes.
But
no matter what. So consider that.
Yeah, I would say, what's up to the doctor?
That's the move. And because the sister's asking for the advice, I would say that I wouldn't just tell the parents. Like, that's still a battle that the 14-year-old needs to figure out too. I would just really, really, really try to convince the sister. Be like, you need to tell mom and dad. Like, it'll suck, but you just need to do it because we need to get advice, and you need to get it quickly. And they will want your safety more than, like, they care about you. They'll be mad at you, most likely. Like 99% sure they'll just be mad at you. But they're also going to care about you more than their anger. So they're going to be like, let's figure this out. Let's, So just embrace for the storm, but then they're going to help you figure it out. So that's what I would say. Man, she doesn't know who the father is, though.
No bueno.
Two possibilities. Okay, and then I guess let this be a lesson, too. Just kind of like, I'm not going to advocate do one thing or the other. It's your body. Do whatever you want. I'll just say that with multiple loving partners, especially at a young age, and you're just not quite there in terms of, like, you haven't figured it all out, there are a lot of, there can be some consequences. And so, and maybe consequence isn't even the right word, but there's a lot of things you'll have to go through if you're going to have multiple loving partners especially at such a young age. I mean, this is for everyone, but,
Yeah, and it's irresponsible, too, because, like...
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
If the partners don't know about each other, then, like, there's risks there as well.
Problem.
So,
Yep.
You just gotta be smart. You gotta be smart about it.
You just gotta be smart, but take advice from your sister, because she's 18, so she would know a little bit more. It might not seem like it, but try to help her out. Yeah, dude, that's that's a scary one, and we're just two boys from Kansas, so like we can't dive deep in that topic too hard. But I would just still say that medical attention is very necessary. So
we are also not doctors, but.
I mean,
see a doctor.
I've had a Dr. Pepper before, so
I just had a Dr. Pepper.
You're actually just out of doctor school.
Yeah,
but
PhD,
that's kind of
bro.
Kind of a bummer, but you'll figure it out. Fuck it, you'll get it taken care of. What if that was our advice for every fucking thing? I don't know. You'll figure it out.
You got this.
You got this. Like, no helpful advice. So, I think that has to be our time in terms of how many stories we're telling. This has gone way longer than we expected. But in the sake of Valentine's Day, that we hope that we genuinely helped a few people think about some things in a good way. And we hope that it didn't bring you down or anything like that, because I didn't realize how Valentine's Day is supposed to be a joyous, loving situation, and we just made it kind of like an SOS. So, hopefully you're still having a good day.
Yeah, you got this. You can make it. It's fine. Order flowers. Have them safely delivered.
Exactly. Order flowers safely delivered. And just, kiss a loved one. Hug a loved one. And you know what? Craig and I, we love you, Goons. We do. If you come in, you come through, and you listen to us and support us, we support you. And if you ever have any relationship advice, please feel free to tweet at us at stories_boys on Twitter, or you can email us at storieswiththeboyspod@gmail. We're here for you, entertainment and advice wise.
Yeah, if you got any fun stories, hit us in the DMs or emailing us there, and please legitimately feel free to send it, and we will if it's good, we'll talk about it.
So make it worth our fucking while.
And we can leave you anonymous as well, of course. We won't dox you. It's fine.
Nah, name address is required.
Yeah, you have to send us your social security number and your debit card.
Yeah, that works too. Just for security's sakes, we just need to make sure that you're not a thief or a murderer or something.
Yeah, we gotta make sure you're not trying to scam us.
Yeah, don't scam us. So. Yeah, with that, we hope you have a great day. We love you. I hope you love us. And we're going to take you... we're going to take you to the next... what is it? History? We're going to take you to the next history episode. Next time with Stories with the Boys. Craig, anything else before we leave?
Nope. Just thanks for listening, and we'll... I
already said that.
We will see you soon.
I already said that, too.
Oh, shit. Anything else? I gotta be original. Hold on.